Hey girl, hey, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Misha. Thank you guys for joining me yet again for another review. We are back with a brand new review for Seeking Sister Wives, Season 4, Episode 3. If you are new here, then welcome. I give lighthearted reviews with a little bit of laughter and a little bit of shade and a whole lot of detail. If you're back for a second or third time, then welcome back. Y'all, please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you get anything out of the content. Now, y'all, let's get into it if we're going to get into it. When the episode first opens up, we're back with the Epps family. Marcus, Taryn, and India. So the ladies are picking out wine for Marcus's date. So Vina and Marcus are going on a date and the ladies are setting it up. India says she's apprehensive about their date and doesn't know if she's ready to see him date someone else. You're not. Okay, so they're sitting down and they're talking about how they feel about him finding a third wife. India is not ready. She said it's a little cringy, but both Taryn and Marcus have known Vina for a while, so they feel like she'll be a good fit and she's going to go with what they think. She trusts their judgment, and she said she just likes the vibe that the three of them have now, so she doesn't know why they have to invite somebody else in. Child, you almost was out. Okay, because quiet as it's kept, Taryn is just numb to the foolishness of it all and just holding on to him for whatever reason and decided to let you in. Let's just keep it real. So India asked Taryn what it was like to watch him fall in love with her. And she was like, it was tough, especially when he would take the kids with you. I would be like, those are my kids. See, I can't do that. I can't do that. Like, you are not about to pretend to be a ready-made family. Just add water. Hell no. That wouldn't work for me. So she's like, I know that that's what he needed at the time, though. What about what you needed? So basically, you agreed to India so you could hang on to him. I want to know, what do you tell your children? When it's time for them to go back to the life that they knew pre-separation, what do you tell them? Hey, mommy, okay, dad was in the streets and he was cheating on me and whatnot. But then when I left, he got somebody else. But we gonna go back and we all gonna be a family. Like, girl, what? This is so awkward. Okay, so they're sitting there awkwardly. India is like, see, this is what I think our family needs, but I'm territorial and I don't want to share. Why do you think your family needs this? Why does this man need this many women? I know he has a complex because he's Polly Pocket, but why in the world does he need this many women? Moving forward. Over to the Merrifields. Ick is still on the phone telling Bert how special she is and how he can't wait to see her. And me and you must never part, Maki da da. Okay, we got it, Ick. Oh my God. We got it. He stay crying. He stay with them wet eyes. Suck it up, Buttercup. She's not dying. Okay, y'all been talking through that translator phone before the cameras pick back up. So now you're just falling apart. Get yourself together. So Leah is awkwardly in the kitchen, looking like an extra, watching Garrett cry. And she's like, are you okay? I'm going to be fine. I miss Bert. We know, child. So he's trying to start cooking and she's offering to help him. He's a wreck. Okay, so she goes over there, she hugs him, and she's like, I really just wanted to get some alone time with him to see if there was any chemistry there. Let me help you out, Leah. None, zero, zilch, nada. There's no chemistry. You might as well be Danielle's homegirl, because Leah, this man ain't interested, and you ain't interested in this man, and you ain't fooling me. So she's like, yeah, I seasoned the chicken hella good, didn't I? Yeah, hella good. Girl, now you know what? They not used to all that. They not used to all that. Leah got a little bit too much seasoning herself, honey. Forget the chicken. It's not going to be able to work, honey. It's like putting Old Bay with a little bit of garlic salt. It ain't going to work, honey. It just ain't going to work. So Garrick is out there barbecuing, looking like an extra from Coyote Ugly with these stupid cowboy boots on with his legs cocked to the side. And I'm like, what is happening here? And this is what y'all want? So Leah is like, yeah, I can definitely season some meats. He's like, well, there you go. See, that's what I'm saying. Old Bay and Tony Chachere's with some garlic powder and a sprinkle of salt. Child, I'm done. So she's like, yeah, I definitely feel the vibes. And I can tell that he really likes me. Okay, well, that part must be edited out because I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it at all. And this right here tells me that Leah was definitely hired to stir the pot. She's like, yeah, maybe we can steal a kiss later. Leah, stop. So she asked Danielle about the boundaries, and Danielle was like, no sex. Oh, okay, so he can get intimate with Bert, but he can't get intimate with Leah, which he was going to get intimate with Leah no way, because, child, there's absolutely nothing there. So Leah is like, I feel like Danielle is a gatekeeper. Like, we need more room to grow naturally. Oh, this is going to be interesting. Do y'all hear me? She's like, well, girl, let me just tell you right now, I'm not trying to sleep with your husband. We know, because you don't want him like that. Danielle knew what she was doing, choosing Leah. Leah will be her mouthpiece and go off and get all in Roberta's stuff. Something Danielle couldn't do. So then she will put it under the guise of, the wives can't get along, husband. We're going to have to separate the family and all that. Honey, you ain't fooling me. So Danielle said Leah is very bold. She's like, Leah's very bold. This is what she said in the confessional with Garrick. And I could see it being an issue. What does bold mean? Because when you were at the dinner, you said you and Leah were just alike. So if he don't have a problem with you, then he shouldn't have a problem with Leah. But you were lying because you're quiet as a church mouse. Okay? Moving forward. We back with Tasha Jones and them. Hey, y'all. Y'all know if y'all watched my reviews last season that I love Tasha Jones' name. Anyway, she tells us again how she came into the family and how they became a plural family. And she said when they were with the first wife, she loved the idea at first, but then she fell out of love with it. And, Tasha stayed. So he tells us 2 of his 3 children live with him. His daughter is now identifying as male, and they moved to Portland to support his son's LGBT lifestyle because they're more accepting of it. They said they haven't had success looking for a new wife. Child, that's because Sidian was wearing all them blouses last season. What in the world? But they don't want to give up on it. So there's a new woman named Ariel. She's from the Philippines. She's a beauty queen. And Sidian says she's drop dead gorgeous. And Tasha says she met Ariel from work where she brought up potentially dating Sidian. See, and I told y'all last review, this is why I don't make friends at work. No, ma'am, Pam. Honey, don't bring Sidian to me. Child, anyway, I wouldn't even know how to respond to someone asking me to be a sister wife. Hey, girl, lunch? Sure, let's go to lunch. I'm paying. We get to lunch, child. I'm trying to order my chicken sandwich and my salad. And you talking about, hey, would you like to date my husband as well? Hell no. Moving forward. So they're doing a FaceTime with Ariel. It's a little spotty, okay? Sidian and Ariel haven't met in person yet. And they've tried twice, and he's afraid that she's going to think it's too hard. Why couldn't y'all meet? Is she a catfish? Why y'all couldn't meet? This ain't making no sense to me. The Jonses seem so pressed all the time whenever they meet a woman. It's like everyone could be the one. I'm hoping that this one sticks. Like, take it easy. Just let it flow naturally. They have such anxious energy. Is it just me? Every time I watch them, I'm like, it's going to be okay. Calm down. In the next scene, we're back over here with Three's company, Nick, April, and Jennifer. And Danielle comes stomping through the kitchen the next morning. A walk of shame. Okay, because I would definitely be shame if I slept with Nick. Okay. So he's like, yeah, we had sex last night, and April and Jen went to work while we slept in. I know you in line. I know you lying. He needs to write an ebook, honey, or be in the Smithsonian or something. Because clearly he has a formula for how to get women to be a fool. How to be a fool in 10 days. Like, this just don't make no sense. I wish I would go off to work and not disturb you in there with your lady so y'all can sleep till noon. What in the world? Okay. This has got to be a new age world, honey. It's giving a whole new world. It's giving Princess Jasmine, honey. I just don't know what's happening. So they all slept in one bed. How in the world? So y'all climbed into bed after this man got through rolling around in the hay with her, and you know he didn't get up and clean out nothing. That is disgusting. Okay? Disgusting. So they're talking about making sure that Jennifer and April are okay with everything. And he's like, I don't take my feelings into consideration only. I have to make sure that everything is harmonious between the 3. Yeah, so I can have all the fools at work. And I got to make sure I have an extra fool to make sure I can still stay home and read the encyclopedia and tell them about the moon and the stars above. Anyway, so he said in the past, other women thought he was just going through a phase. She's like, okay, well, I'm going to go, and I'm going to be thinking about you. How is Danielle leaving? In an Uber? Child, not only did you sex her, but they done took the car so you can't get out until they get back home, and the lady is leaving in an Uber. Danielle, you are 22 years old. Granted, child, I thought you were a little bit older. You are 22 years old. If you don't leave this scumbag where he is, what in the disrespectful hell? In the next scene, Marcus and Vina go for a picnic date, and he tells her how pretty she looks, and India and Taryn set up the whole thing. So they were very impressed with the whole picnic setup. So she asked what advice he would give to someone coming into this lifestyle. And he said, yeah, you got to be able to handle and deal with multiple people. I feel like 3 is the max for me. So she's asking if they ever bump heads like the women and him. And he said because Taryn and he have been together for 16 years, sometimes India feels left out and she feels ganged up on. And he's worried that's going to happen with Vina because Vina already knows the both of them. So how exactly is this going to work? It's not. So Vina is talking about being a free spirit and she wants to roam and do what she wants to do. She is not going to want to be tied down to you and these two. I'm just telling you right now. So he asked her, what happened to you to make you want to do this? And she said, men cheat, so I just rather be in a situation where I know what's going on and there's no secrets. Well, honey, if I had to accept a Marcus, baby, cheat on me. Okay, give me nostalgia, honey. Take me back to when I would fall the hell apart. I would rather you cheat than to sit with Marcus and be a partridge in a pear tree. No, thank you. No, thank you, child. No, thank you. I think a lot of women, though, that get into this type of relationship, they feel that way. But this is devaluing yourself. Like, you can't find a man that won't do that. You know what? I need to start an app of eligible cheat-free men called nevercheated.com, where there's a database of men that haven't cheated. We are going to run their backgrounds, honey. We're going to talk to their mom and them. Honey, it's going to be a whole process before you get on my site. And I need to put these men out there so we can not have to fall prey to a Marcus and a Nick. Now, some may say that it's like finding a unicorn, honey, or a needle in a haystack, but it's got to be somebody out there. Like, this just don't make no sense. She says she feels like poly relationships are more open with less secrets. So he wants to get all the women together to see how they mesh. And of course, she was down for that. I don't know if I can see her fitting in with their family. I just don't know. Back with the Merrifields, they're about to have dinner and Garrick is cutting the chicken. And here go Leah, you splashed chicken juice on me. Danielle is like, Leah speaks her mind. Here go Garrick. Yeah, she's funny and she's cute. She isn't a puppy, okay? She's a grown woman. Danielle was like, yeah, she's a lot like me, speaking her mind. Danielle, if you don't stop lying. If you don't stop, girl, I ain't heard you speak your mind since I've been introduced to you. He's like, yeah, Roberta is more reserved. And that's exactly why he likes Roberta. And he does not like you, Danielle. And he does not like you, Leah. So Leah was like, what do you guys think about today? And Danielle was like, you mean with Bert and everything? No, she means like, what do you guys feel about her? Danielle, keep up. So Garrick is like, I mean, it's very special. We're all together. This is so awkward, honey. All you hear are the knives scraping against the plates and them chomping down. They got Leah in here like they're hosting a foreign exchange student. You guys are not interested in bringing Leah on board with Danielle. You are, because you already know what you're bringing her here for. But Garrick is not interested. So Leah asked about how the household is going to work. And so Danielle brings up Bert not being able to do much because of the language barrier. And she's going to have to do something. And Leah is like, well, I work in a hospital for 12 hours and I kind of eat before I get home. So I shouldn't have to cook or clean. Now, I'm not saying she has to cook and clean all the time, but you have to do something to contribute. So this right here ain't going to be a good match. So Garrick sees that as a red flag because it will be too much time away from home. She has to work, okay? Nobody's going to sit at home with you and Danielle and Roberta all damn day long. You're afraid for her to have some independence because she might realize that you're for the streets and you're nothing. So that's why you don't want her to work. So Garrick said, I don't know if 12 hours is good. I mean, you need more like 30 hours at work. Hospitals don't work like that. They do not. So Leah was looking at him like he had two heads. She was like, what? No, ma'am. So both he and Danielle don't feel like she's a team player after her cleaning comment. Part of it is that they support each other and have someone to help with the cleaning. Well, y'all need to get a maid, okay? That's what y'all need to get because, honey, she is not the help. So Leah is telling them what her goals are and her going back to school and her son is very important and she wants to reach those goals. So Garrick is just looking at her. She needs to just get her a man and be in a relationship with him and then ask him, hey, would you like to find someone else? Because this right here, immediately no. Immediately no. In the next scene, Taryn and April are waiting for Marcus to get home to talk about the date. So Lil Man is home. Hey, Lil Man. He's telling them how great they set up the date and he invited her to come over to talk to them. And India was like, what? Already? I didn't think it was going to be this soon. So as they're in the kitchen, he asked them about the process. And he said he didn't marry either of them before having sex or testing the waters. So he wants to know, when does the sex happen? That's all you worried about. That's all he really wants at the end of the day. He don't want no 3 partners, y'all. He just wants 3 sex buddies. So Taryn was like, well, it just needs to happen organically. Like, I don't want you to tell us. We don't need to know. India was like, ma'am, please don't speak for me. I disagree. I need to know, because if it's sex involved, that means you're serious. And we need to be on the same page. So they're in a confessional, all 3 of them, right? And India is like, so Taryn's going to say, yeah, it's okay. Go ahead. Do what you'd like. And so Taryn said, oh, yeah. And India's going to say, no, don't. You can go on a date, but you can't go on a date. And don't look at her either. Ooh, child, the girls is fighting. So India said they need to create boundaries. She just doesn't want to share a little man. That's just the bottom line, child. Boundaries. Anywho. So India said they need to have her meet the kids before he has sex. And he did make a good point here. I'm not about to be introducing people to my kids all willy-nilly. If I want to have the sexuals, I'm going to have the sexuals, but not involve the children first. Because what if she doesn't work out and I've introduced her to the children? If she's a family friend, I'm sure she's met the kids. India is just not ready and needs to just be honest. I can see her walking away in a year or 2. And that was the end of the episode. To be quite honest, India and Taryn are not on the same page, and I do not think that this relationship is going to work, and I really don't think that India really wants a poly relationship. I think she just wants Marcus for whatever reason. Ick definitely only wants Roberta. Leah, thanks for coming. Hey, Tasha Jones and them. And as far as Nick, ick. Y'all comment down below and tell me exactly what you thought about this episode. Please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, stay safe, stay blessed, spread love, not germs. Peace.